27.
Yeah.
9 by Mayo. Was that the focus going in?
Well, we've been trapping. I've been talking about it a lot, and over the last 7 games, it's been paying dividends for us. It's been terrific. I told our guys we also broke our own record with deflections. You know, so we had, I don't know what the number was now, but we had 100 deflections. It felt like we had 27 turnovers because we couldn't make a shot. I mean, we you know, I didn't like our shots, you know, that we got down the stretch, but overall we had a lot of good shots and they just wasn't going in. So we won a game where a team shot 51% and the other team, us, shot 43%. That was happening to us earlier in the year. If you remember, we lost a couple games where it was the exact opposite. So when you get more possessions like that, you give yourself a chance to win the game. You know, I told our guys I was proud of them. I thought we made some mistakes that later in the year we can't make down the stretch of games. You know, the foul to give, didn't call a timeout, passed the ball, so we couldn't advance it, you know, before the first overtime. I mean, those are plays that can happen. But through all those mistakes, we still won the game. And so as a coach, you'll take that.
Doc, do you like Rondo getting the ball late in the clock that much?
No, well, I thought we started walking the ball up the floor. I thought our tempo changed in the fourth quarter. You know, it's funny. They went small, we went small. You would think your tempo would increase. We actually went the other way. I thought the biggest mistake I made actually is keeping Rondo in that long. I thought, you know, I took the gamble, and I actually thought it you know, sometimes it's a good one, sometimes a bad one. I didn't think this was a good one. I just thought he got tired. You know, I didn't give him that normal rest, you know, 2 minutes before the fourth and let him get some rest. I mean, obviously I didn't anticipate a double overtime game. But I thought that had an impact on him and on his speed of the game. And I told our guys with like 4 minutes left, my coaches, because then it was too late. I said, this was not a good decision. And that decision could have hurt us.
With this being a double overtime game, Doc, obviously guys are going to play extended minutes.
Yeah.
Talk about how Kevin held up with a 40-minute game.
Yeah, well, he held up, you know, and fortunately we are taking tomorrow off. Whenever you have an 8 o'clock game, you're taking the game off anyway. So, you know, I don't want that, but it had to happen tonight.
Were there any thoughts at all?
Yeah, I actually asked in the second overtime I was going to sit him. And, you know, really, I don't think he didn't want to, or when he didn't answer, that probably meant he wanted to sit a minute. And I just left him out there. So.
You just talked about the job on Mayo. The job on Mayo.
It was good. It just, yeah, the trapping. We just had to keep him in the box. He's good. I mean, he's really good. He's strong as an ox, and he makes difficult shots. I think he's shooting over 50 from the 3. He's just a tough guy to guard. Our thought was trying to, you know, make it, and yet when you look at his numbers, he still had 24 points and shot over 50%. You know, I'm done now, Stephen.
Me too. You're trying to keep the minutes restriction, but at what point tonight did you realize, okay, this is going to be a night where you've got to?
Well, I didn't think I thought I was going to be able to do it, and then well, obviously we went in overtime. And once overtime comes, I don't think about it, especially if there's no game the next day, and I know they have the day off, so I don't give it a lot of thought.
It's a start of 3 and 4. So.
Yeah, it is, and the flight is hell. I mean, it's not long, but it's long compared, you know, considering it's not a West Coast trip. You know, we started our Texas swing today. You know, playing Dallas at home, and now we go and play 2 more Texas teams.
How much do you worry about that? I mean, the minutes thing is more of a cumulative thing.
Yeah, it is on a night-to-night basis, and you look at we've had 3 days off, or they had 2 days off, so you were hoping they had something in the tank. At the end of the day, Kevin, you just got to be careful. I mean, bottom line. And we've done a great job this year with him overall, but I think with him over anybody, the accumulative effect for the next night or even 2 nights can have an impact.
But not just Kevin, Paul, 44.
Yeah.
Jason, 47.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, yeah, they're going to sleep tonight.
Hey, Doc, did you feel like you were playing your they shot 50%.
Yeah.
Like you were playing your defense?
Yeah, I did. I thought in the second and third quarter we were terrific defensively. I think the second unit went 6 minutes or 5 minutes without them scoring a bucket, and then I subbed the starters in, and they scored 5 points in 30 seconds. So overall, I did like our defense. In the fourth quarter, in the overtimes, I didn't. We were small. Our rotations got bad. because I was asking them to do probably things they hadn't worked on.
Doc, that growth with the trapping that you've seen over the last 7 or so games, can you elaborate on how that helps you guys make things difficult for the other team's top scorers?
Well, we're just trying to, take out their guy, instead of letting him come off the picks like everybody does, including us in the past. And, guards have gotten so well. Everyone used to show or ice on pick and rolls, and I think the guards have just kind of gotten used to it. And they come off, they string guys out, they play the game, and then the big goes, and then they attack or make a play. We've just decided, let's not wait anymore. Let's just get it out of his hands. Is asking the bigs to do a lot. I mean, they're out trapping at the three-point line, and then they have to run back and find another big. But overall, it's been good. I thought early on they were trying to take advantage of it and couldn't. Our deflections were good.
In the past, when he's missed a few shots, Jeff tends to retreat.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like there's attack.
Yeah, Jeff is staying aggressive. Jeff, we just got to get him better. He's still defensively. There's things he's got to do better. It's on us to make him better, not on him. And that's what we're going to try to do.
Can you talk about Eddie Starkin, the Trainer of the Year awards, man?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I mean, Eddie Lacerte won the Trainer of the Year last year. He got the award this year. Lockout, so he couldn't get it and all that. It's terrific. Eddie is probably the hardest working man in the league right now with some of our guys. He's there all night, so very proud of him.
Just everything that he's probably seen being a member of this team for so long.
Yeah, I think if you got all the trainers in the league to write a book, if they changed the names, it would be terrific.
Doc, those traps that you talked about, is it more important with the guys on the ball or the rotation?
It's both. It's very important on the ball, but the opposite big is the key to the whole thing. He has to be in the right spot.
Doc, you had a couple of chances to win at the buzzer tonight. Did those plays, were they executed the way?
Yeah, a couple. I didn't like them, but they were executed pretty well. So I didn't like what we ended up with, to be honest. And I could have called 2 better plays, I thought, to end the game. The one we had no choice when we had to advance the ball full court, but the other 2 I thought we could have gotten better shots. And those were on me. Those wasn't on the guys. Thanks, guys.